last week was AWS reInvent. It's kind of how we measure our years here at Tackle is what happens in between every reInvent, and Tackle was there in force as usual. I think we were logging over 50 meetings a day between the whole team for the entire week. And I don't know how much sleep did you end up getting, Brian?
Yeah, never enough when it's out there, but it's constantly one after another, one after another. It's awesome. Getting in Sunday evening and seeing folks, and it's always the calm before the storm. And then Monday partner day kicks off, and first seeing everybody, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are just crazy, right? So exciting to see everybody, but it's super fun, right? It's kind of like a yearly reunion of everybody in the business.
Yeah, totally. It's great. So great to see all the customers, partners, everybody there who shows up, and it's a great reset to really think about what we need to do over the next year. And there was two big announcements related to Marketplace last week that we want to talk a little bit about today. The first one, I'm sure everybody's heard, is that AWS is reducing the Marketplace transaction fees, and the second one is a huge release around a whole bunch of new APIs that are available for developers to build against Marketplace. So let's start with the first one. And Brian, do you want to walk us through a little bit of the new transaction fee structure?
Yeah, it's awesome. Very typical for AWS. They kind of take it to the max step and really get folks excited. The fees have always been a little bit flexible, and it's always been a relatively complicated format before, and they're really simplifying it here down into just four simple buckets, right? It used to be kind of 0 to 100K was a fee, and then 100K to a million was one fee, and then a million plus was another fee, and then you had a fourth fee for renewals. And those fees were like 6 to 8%. Renewals were around 3%, and that's where it was. But they really kind of changed the game now, where they dropped all of the transaction fees to 3% or lower, which is pretty crazy. So some of the competing hyperscalers are at 3% flat. Amazon's highest is a 3, and it goes down to 1.5. And if we break that down a little bit, what they've done is they've created buckets that are bigger. And the bigger buckets are kind of a cool sign of the fact that things are growing, and deal sizes are getting bigger. And so the 3% bucket is for 0 to a million done in a private offer, and then it goes down to 2% for deals between 1 and 10 million, and it goes down to 1.5% for deals private offers greater than 10 million. So to me, it's just really cool to see that they're actually calling out a specific group of folks that are doing deals bigger than 10 million. And here at Tackle,
That t-shirt sizing is really cool, right? Like the small, medium, large size.
yeah,
It's something people have always been asking for, because we have some customers who do a whole bunch of deals, but they're smaller. Some customers who they don't do as many transactions, but they're much bigger. And striking that balance has always been hard. It's like neither side thinks that they should have to pay exactly the same percentage as the other one. So
yeah,
I'm pretty excited about the t-shirt sizing on the transaction fees.
yeah. 1.5 to 3, which is great, which is super cool. And it really takes the friction out of doing this with the ISVs, which is awesome. And then the final bucket, which is for renewals, all renewals, just straight up all renewals, 1.5%. I mean, that's a pretty big game changer too. And these are things that are going to affect Tackle, how we do business, what we build into our model, and how we pay. And if you think of the large companies doing at scale, this is a total game changer. 3, 2, and 1.5%, and then all renewals across the board is 1.5%. We all know that renewals are kind of a really great way to kind of build muscle with Marketplace. It's a real common way for folks to kind of build momentum internally, and do all that stuff. And so now being able to do that at 1.5% across the board is phenomenal. So.
And doing the renewals themselves are really easier than ever, right? With future dated agreements and ABOs, and
Yep.
I remember a few years ago doing a renewal was pretty tough. In some cases, it was actually technically operationally harder than doing the original deal,
Yeah.
but now it's much simpler. So I think that the way that they're reflecting that in the transaction fee is spot on.
Yep. Yeah, and even more so, the cool stuff we built, you can do that all on the Tackle platform on the web app, and you can now do all of that stuff on the Salesforce app that's on App Exchange as well. So like we can meet you where you ever want to work that, and you can do all these renewals and private offers. So
Right. So that's the business side. On the business side of the house, they reduce fees. But then on the technical side of the house, that team had a lot to say also. So they were they were they were launching not just a couple APIs, but a whole bunch of marketplace APIs. And this is really neat because it's always felt to me like the marketplace service was a lot different than all of the other services offered on AWS. All the other services have or API first. They're all accessible from the command line, accessible from the console. But Marketplace was a special case. It was something that was only accessible from within the special Marketplace portal. But that's not the case any longer. This year they were hard at work. They released a whole set of marketplace catalog APIs, everything to do with listings and managing listings. They released a whole set of agreement APIs for creating private offers, managing private offers, authorizing partners to take advantage of private offers. And so it's a pretty massive release.
yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool the way it allows, building this tackle alongside you over the last 5, 6, 7 years. It's been pretty cool. You've had to work with so many things. You've worked super close with Amazon and given them feedback along the way, and to see, Matt Y actually finally, really drive the team to be totally API driven. Like, it allows us to bring so many more things to life and truly make this, enterprise grade, totally robust software, all this stuff. It's kind of neat to just watch and see how these things have developed over the last couple of years. It's a first party product for sure.
Yeah, I can tell you our product team is excited. They're ready to take advantage of these APIs. So many ideas. It's actually hard to prioritize what we're going to do first. But this should open up so many new capabilities within not only our product but within the entire ecosystem. Uh, during Matt Yanchishin's presentation last week, he said the best solution should win. He's going to make all of the APIs available to everybody, and everybody's going to have the chance to build great solutions. And in the end, when they take that approach, the real winner turns out to be the customer. In my opinion, they're the ones who are able to choose the solution that best fits their needs and have that selection.
Yeah, super cool. It was exciting. It's neat to see big announcements like that come through Ruba's team and all those things announced at the keynote. So it's always exciting.
Yeah, so overall, an amazing reInvent. Looking forward to going back and building for the next year, and we'll do it all again at the end of next November.
Absolutely. Cool. Thanks, man.